Hey, here we go. Cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this, guys.
Size isn't everything. Size doesn't matter, it's a matter of fact. Size isn't everything. When your consumers ain't calling you back, it's all about service, it's all about love. It's all about the fit when it fits like a glove. Size doesn't mean a thing, 'cause size isn't everything. Size isn't everything. It's all about the fit when it fits like a glove. Size doesn't mean a thing, 'cause size isn't everything, yeah.
Welcome to episode 3 of Size Isn't Everything. Today, we head to Main Street and a homegrown brewery in the heart of Vancouver.
I'm Cameron. I'm one of the co-owners of Main Street Brewing.
Even with massive layoffs due to COVID-19, the owners are still making a difference and still making beer.
I'm Nigel. I'm also one of the co-owners of Main Street Brewing.
Size isn't everything, yeah.
I've got the Main Street Brewing Naked Fox, which apparently is named after me. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're very welcome.
Let's save that for a different Zoom call.
And now you're ready. So is beer an essential service? Did they declare that?
It is.
Yeah.
I feel like it's an essential service for me.
It's an essential service for me.
Yeah, totally.
I am part of the group that has helped those numbers go 24% above normal for beer through the month of April.
Statistically speaking, there's been a spike in the amount of beer sales.
Alcohol.
In alcohol sales in general.
Yeah.
So you guys co-founded Main Street Brewing. Just give me a little snapshot into how that all happened.
Beer.
It was that love of beer over beer that we had a conversation.
We'd maybe had one beer too many, and
we thought it'd be great to have a beer named after Main Street for our restaurants at the time. And that's where the little seed was planted. And then from there, a few years later, we managed to actually create a product and have it out in the marketplace before we actually built the brewery.
And so for the love of the beer, you jump into this business, you're brewing on site, you've got a tasting room, you can fill growlers, you got the whole thing going on. Is it as easy and sexy a business as it looks like it is from the outside?
sexy, yes.
Yeah, very romantic,
super sexy,
super romantic.
It's a different industry. We've been in the restaurant industry for a long time, and so we figured getting into the beer industry is
vertical integration.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah.
But it's a different business. We essentially run off-site sales, so we have salespeople for that. We have a retail area, and we have a tasting room, and we actually have a brewery. So 4 different businesses.
We're in a crazy time that none of us have ever experienced before. Most small businesses are experiencing some extreme challenges. How's it been for you guys?
It's an extreme challenge. The first week was really just trying to figure out how we were going to deal with everything, sort of going through a checklist of all of these things that we needed to think about.
Fielding calls on a daily basis, what do you think is going to happen? Trying to answer questions that really there was no
we don't have answers.
Yeah.
So what's the toughest decision that you've had to make?
Laying people off happened really, really quickly. That was very stressful.
Just
telling people that basically they don't have a job anymore, especially at the time when there really wasn't any announcement about support, help. So you've got all these people thinking, how do I pay my rent?
We're starting to sort of talk about reopening and what's going to happen when we reopen, and how much space will we have for all of those people? Will we be able to hire them all back? I hope so, because we've got some really great people that work for us.
And what part of your business do you think has been hit the hardest?
Hospitality, obviously, and we're classed in that realm with the tasting room as hospitality. So all of those restaurants out there,
kind of a double whammy for us.
Yeah, it's a double whammy.
Well, it used to be who was going to deliver the beer, but
I win now.
Now it's me who delivers the beer.
Yeah. But look how fit he's looking. Look, he's never looked so fit.
Something that we're in the process of working on right now is a beer that we're going to buy a bunch of gift cards from Fresh Street. They've actually got this awesome little little restaurant in the grocery store, and they serve our beer, which is why we thought about talking to them, partnering with them. And we're brewing a beer. We're going to sell that beer, and all the proceeds from that beer will go to buy these gift cards from Fresh Street or IGA. And we're going to give those gift cards to our staff.
How many staff did you have prior to shutdown, and how many staff do you have now?
Between 4 restaurants in the brewery, just north of 125 staff. Wow. And right now,
we just started to bring some staff back on.
A dozen.
For the restaurants, just to reopen some takeaway. 120
something.
23 staff that we laid off. So there's still
that's a massive number.
It's a huge amount of people out of work. Yeah.
You know, it's interesting because we hear about, you know, people being laid off, and a lot of my work has stopped. You know, we're having this conversation on Zoom. I never thought I would be doing a little interview show on Zoom, but to go from 125 down to a dozen, I mean, that really puts it in focus as to kind of the impact that this has taken on. There's a lot of small breweries in Vancouver. Are you guys talking with each other? Is there some sort of collaboration in that regard?
We have a Mount Pleasant group, 9 breweries. We used to meet on a monthly basis anyway. So we have constant communication, supporting each other just with the knowledge. So if you hear about something, you pass it on. And also we've been kind of helping loan stuff so you don't have to put your hand in your pocket.
And misery loves company.
And they do, yeah.
I hadn't considered, you know, the inner workings of the industry and how you guys are supporting each other, because I know, like, even on our street here, the relationships between neighbors through this process has strengthened for sure. We talk with our neighbors like all the way up the street almost every day now. We see each other every day. We share resources. You know, in the past, we've kind of kept a little bit more to ourselves. And now I think that that's one of the benefits that's come out of this.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And then, you know, for us being in quite a residential area, like the support we've had through sales and people, you know, how are you guys doing?
Can I buy a gift certificate so that when you reopen, I just want to support you guys, which is,
it's been amazing.
Yeah.
There is something heartening to this whole thing. I mean, obviously there's challenges and there's casualties. Cameron, you've alluded to, you know, looking down the line at what might be coming our way.
I try not to think too much about it, but you know, we are going to eventually reopen. And what does that reopening look like? Our tables are social tables, so they fit 12 people each. The best part about what happens in here on a Friday or Saturday night is people that came in here not knowing each other are sitting beside a stranger, and they're scared to do it at first, and then they sit down and they've got this amazing beer in front of them, and they end up having a great conversation. And that's part of what we're about, is just that the social aspect, and social distancing is taking away the social aspect.
Do you have any predictions how we can interact with each other at the gathering place, the watering hole? I mean, I agree with you. I mean, that's the beauty of what you guys are doing. You create a beer and people gather around.
We're hearing a little bit from Australia already, just because they've got friends there. You know, they're making those mistakes already because they're starting to see people come back. Do they want to be in a room together? Do you choose not to be in a room together? You know, do you choose to carry on with takeaway, or are you going to go, well, you know what, we're going to do it sometime, so let's do it now. But, you know, on a personal level, I think for us, I think this is going to last.
I think it will forever be on people's minds.
Yeah, until we have a vaccine for it, something that will...
Just wait till cold season comes around. And
I know every time I cough now, even if, you know,
don't you find? Yeah, exactly.
I feel like I've got the plague and everyone's looking at me, and brutal.
Kids are looking at you like, what's wrong with you?
Get away from me, Dad.
Exactly.
Okay, so a few rapid fire questions for you. What's your favorite beer that you have ever produced?
I would say probably the Kingpin for me.
Kingpin or our Bohemian Pilsner that we did.
Top seller?
Either our Pilsner or our Naked Fox IPA, the one you're drinking.
Oh, yeah. Why are IPAs so popular right now? I mean,
they are killing it.
Yeah, a little higher alcohol.
Yeah.
That could be it. We've edited this. We've also had 15 beers by now. Is my face red? All right. Well, thank you, gents. I really appreciate it. You guys have an awesome operation, and I encourage everybody to go order some beer. either go down, pick it up, or get it delivered. It's tasty. The tasting room is amazing. People should definitely pop down and check it out once things are open.
Should be hopping right now. You know?
No pun intended.
Exactly. No, definitely pun intended.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be here all week. All I have to do is think about what's coming out of my mouth. And that's not even very good very often.
Is that the same picture of you just on the weekends behind you?
Yeah, that's me right there.
Yeah.
You know, we've all got to do what we've got to do in order to get through this
Absolutely.
crazy situation.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot we were recording.
Yeah, this is the part where we cross our fingers.
We're lubricated.
Where's your partner in crime?
He's, I think he's washing his hands or something. I don't know.
That is a
Following
smart.
COVID protocol.
Yeah, if you look at any, shining light at the end of this is that people really did step up for each other. The amount of, text that I got, it's like, do your staff need anything? Can I help out? Can I do anything?